So guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be cutting a corset top, the simplest method of cutting a corset, I would say. So all you need is your one part of your breast pad. You need your scissors, your tape, your chalk or marker. You need a ruler, and you need your measurements. Okay guys, now let's get right into the tutorial. I'm going to be drafting a basic pattern, a basic top pattern before we cut out our corset. So guys, first things first, in order for you to know how to fold your fabric, in order for you to know, assuming this is the fabric, in order for you to know how to fold it, you're going to divide the widest part of whatever it is you're sewing. If it's a top, the widest part is your bust. If it's a skirt, the widest part is your hip. If it's in a gown, then the widest part is your hip. Obviously, if it's a trouser as well, the widest part is your hip. So you divide that measurement, the round circumference, by 4, and then you get your measurements, and then you add your allowance. So that's how you fold the fabric or pattern paper or whatever. So we're just going to go right into the video now. First things first, we're going to mark out our bust line, our chest line first. My chest line is 7.5. We're going to mark out our chest line 7.5. We're going to mark out our bust line, which is 10. We're going to mark out our under bust. For this specific corset, you need to mark out your under bust line. My under bust line is 13. And then we're going to mark out the length of our top. The length of this corset top is going to be 16 and half. Okay guys, 16 and half. So now we're just going to mark out our shoulder line. So our shoulder is 7.5 inches. The shoulder is, you can measure the length of your shoulder and then you divide it by 2. So my shoulder was 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. And then we're going to mark the same thing on our chest line. Mark the shoulder line on your chest line, which is 7.5 as well. So now we're just going to connect to the ruler. So we're just going to draw this out again. So now guys, this is all our lines. So we're just going to label it chest line CL, bust line BL, under bust UB, then top line TP, top length or waistline, okay, or W. So guys, this is it. This, the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to mark out our, remember we're doing a basic pattern, a basic bodice, so we're just going to mark out our neckline, 3 inches. The neckline is 3 inches. The width is 3 inches and the depth is 3 inches. Now we're just going to curve the neck. Is not really relevant, so we're just going to go ahead now. First things first, you're going to want to input your dart measurement. So So that is gotten by dividing your nipple to nipple, dividing your nipple to nipple by 2 inches. So 7 nipple to nipple is 7 divided by 2, that's 3 inches. So that's 3.5 inches. We have 3.5 inches, so just mark that out like this. I'm gonna put your ruler. Remember, starting from the bust line. Okay. Now we're going to drop down by 1 inch from the bust line. 1 inch for the bust line, and on the waistline, you're going to mark out however wide you want your dart to be. I'm just going to mark out 1/2 inch on both sides. On both sides of the line that we just drawn, and then we're going to connect it to our bust like this, like this. So guys, here we go. So now we're just going to cut it out. Pay attention to this part, guys. So now guys, just a little recap. This is the chest line, this is the bust line, this is the underbust, and this is the top length. So now for this part, this is the dart. What we're going to do is we're just going to get your masking tape. We're going to get the masking tape now in order for us to draw our cup. In order for us to use this notes, guys, you can as well draw this corset pattern without a dart. So now we're going to cut here. And what we're going to do is simply place these pieces together. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky, but you can do it. Now you're going to get your masking tape. Masking tape, just do that. And now we're going to do the same for this part. So guys, this is what we are left with. Now what we need to do is impute. First of all, we're going to go up on our bust line, this line, on our bust line by 1 inch, just 1 inch. It depends on you, it depends on how low you want your corset to start on your boob line. If you want to show cleavage, you can go lower. If you do not want to show cleavage, you can go higher. But I'm going to go up by 1 inch like this. Then on that 1 inch, you're going to go in by 1/2 inch. This is the space between your two boobs. Okay, this is the space between the two boobs. So we're just going to draw that out. This is it. So now we're going to you're going to get one of your breast pads. One of your breast cup. You're going to get one of your breast cup and place it on that 1/2 inch that you just drawn. Make sure this part is smoothened out, okay? Make sure it's smoothing down. So now you're just going to place it like so. Going to place it like this. After you successfully place it, then you're going to trace the curve of the breast pad as you have placed it on your fabric or your pattern paper. Just going to ensure that it's placed properly. But before then, you're going to come like this and calculate the length of it. If it is the same with your bust, your under bust length, if it is the same with your under bust length, then you know you are good to go. But if it is not, you just adjust it a little bit. Now this measurement is in line with my under bust length, which is 13.5, so I'm good to go, guys. Just gonna ensure that it is in place like this. So now I'm just going to mark out where it stops as well. Now guys, this is what we have. It stops here. First of all, we're just going to curve, make a curve for our armhole, which is 1 inch. For our armhole, which is 1 inch. So guys, now that you've gotten this, you're just going to quickly connect that to like this. So guys, this is what we have. Basically, this is what we have. So now we're just going to go in and impute our real measurement. So our bust measurement is 9 inches, 9.75 inches. Our bust measurement is 6, so 6 divided by 4 is 9.75. Mark that out and mark our 1.5 inch allowance. Just to be on the safer side, we'll be using 1.5 inch today. Then on the waistline, so the top line, we're going to mark our waist measurement, which is 30 divided by 4, 7.5. We're going to mark that out. Then we're going to calculate the measurements, the dart that was put here, and that dart was 1 inch, so we're going to add our 1 inch here. And then we're going to mark our sewing allowance, which is 1.5 inch, like this. So guys, this is all for now. We're just going to connect this to together like so. So guys, this is all for the front piece. Now to cut, we're going to add 1/2 inch allowance as we go. So guys, after imputing our 1/2 inch measurement, this is what we have. This is all for the front piece. Remember, we can choose to cut it like this. It will be perfectly fine, or we can loosen our darts in order to impute our bonings through the dart loop or whatever, or we could sew on our darts after cutting it like this. So whichever one you choose, but this is the front piece. Now we're going to use this now to cut the back piece. Okay, we added 1.25 inch allowance for the back, which is for the zipper. So now we're just going to cut our back piece. First of all we need to do is mark out this point on the front piece, mark out this point on the front piece to the armhole. we're just going to trace it like this, trace it like this, and make sure it is on the line. So we're just going to trace here as well, trace here as well, just to get our back piece. Or we can choose to do it from the beginning, whichever one you choose. This is way easier. So just do that like this. So now that we have the armhole and the basic bodies, all we need to do is determine on this point how low we want our back piece to be. Remember, this is the center back, so you just have to determine how low you want it to be. Do you want it lower than the front piece, or do you want it higher than the front piece? It's going to be lower, of course. So I'm just going to calculate here, and just from here determine how low I want my center back to be. This is 9.5 inch. So I think I'm just going to remove 1.5 inch. I think 1.5 inch is good. Then we're going to add 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance, which will now be 1 inch being removed from the 9 inches. So now all we need to do is basically connect our armhole point to this point. Okay, we could as well do the same thing on this line. So let's just mark that out as well on the zip allowance. 9 inches, remove 1. So this is what we have. We're just going to go in like so. Okay guys, so remember, this is going to be your zipper alignment, or you could just go in like this, whichever one you choose. Whichever one you choose, you can still work it out. It's still going to give us the same results at the end of the day. So guys, this is all for the back piece. I'm going to cut it out like this. Our darts, I almost forgot for our darts. We're just going to go in by 3.5 inch. And then we're going to go in 1/2 inch on both sides. And then we're going to just, I'm going to do this again, 1/2 inch on both sides. Then we'll connect to the top. So there, this is all for the corset pattern. So yeah, this is what we have. Now for the back darts, you could choose to do it the same way. Remember guys, I went ahead to loosen the sellotape in order to cut the back piece. So this is what we have, the front and the back guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon on the next video.